Hi, Alex. Alex Jensen. Ay, ay, ay. All right, folks. Gonna do a little painting, I guess. Be the first I've painted in a week, I think it's been. Yeah, about a week. Got a few things to do on these guys. I gotta paint their eyes. That's about it for now. And I got 5 of them. So I'm gonna get that out of the way. And then I'll probably mess around with my Deathwing terminators. A lot of little things on these guys to mess about with. I might pull out some of my Pentagonaders. Maybe get a little start on them. Yeah, other than that, I don't know. I don't know. Kind of an impromptu of sorts. There you go. A little impromptu. No plans here. Wasn't going to do this at all. But it's been a while, so got to catch up on some things. Hobby-wise, it's a good time to do it. Let's turn this off in the background. Do. Let's look at some modern pics, I think. Deathwing Knights. Knights? Is that what they're called? Looking at some picatures. Let's take a look at these guys real quick. Just this one guy has robes. They're going to be green. Interesting. Spotify here. Spotify. $707. Spotify stock. I think it's dropped actually. Hi, Big Small. Big Small Paul, how you doing, my friend? Just piddling around. How is everything, Paul? How's your projects going? I saw you were doing an elven tent. Was that an elven tent? Whoops. Gotta do this different. Sewing? You're actually, it's going to be cloth? Gluing some riders onto horses. There you go. I'm going to paint some eyes. Get that out of the way. I neglected to paint these last time. So I'm going to do it now. Looking for something to paint. I've got to do some 3D printing here pretty soon. I'm lining up some STLs for my next batch of painting for 40K. I've been putting it off. Haven't done much. I think I played some 40k a little bit. We were messing around with some of the units. Kind of like, let's see what happens when this guy fights this guy. The winner takes on this guy. That type of thing. Gives those guys a chance. Well, it gives us a chance to try out some of these units. Got a chance to try out some of the Adeptus Custodes, the Emperor's bodyguards. Perfect. These guys look great now. Fantastic. As an experiment, let's see how much I like the red Deathwing symbol. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to end up painting over this, but we're gonna see. I had these painted red before and I didn't like it. But we're gonna see. We're gonna try some speed paint, some blood red speed paint. See what this looks like. My problem with my Dark Angels right now is that I can't figure out how I want to paint these Terminators. Because I want them to be different. This is probably going to need a wash. Oops, I got some red paint where it shouldn't have. This is tricky business painting over white like this. Not bad. Turn on my notifications here. I can't hear when you write something. I think I read that. Horses. Gotta get them folks glued to their horses. Ride, brothers, ride. It's not bad, this blood red. It's gonna need a wash. Got to scratch paint off. Got to scratch paint off the saddles and the riders, neither nether regions, to glue them on. Yeah, risky business indeed. Don't want to scratch too much off, or it might be visible. Oh, relax. Relax. You hear me? Can you hear me? So, what have you been working on? I know you got the horses there and riders. Kind of know what you're going to work on. You're working on your next episode, which is always kind of top secret. You're working up the stuff for your battles so you can write it up. Yeah. It's been beautiful weather. Unbelievably so. Just beautiful. Been pretty much enjoying that weather. I live for this. Oh. that look like? Blood red. Crazy hot. Yeah, I kind of heard that over there. Tent is made with sewn out of linen. Pictures 2 and 4 showed the linen. I think you only saw the wooden poles. I only saw the wooden poles. What was that on? Where did I see that? Was that on YouTube? I think it was probably YouTube. I didn't realize there was more pictures. I need water in here. Can't beat that cloth. The YouTubages. Try and go back and take a look. I'll do that now, actually. Whoops, I put it right on the paint. Let me see if I can find this. Let me see where I want to go. My home feed. Then go to, I could go to your page. I want to go to subscriptions, scroll down to, oh wait a minute, I can't, posts don't come in here, shorts do. I have to go to your page. Let me see. Let's see, what's your page name? It's right there, you're texting me. I'm trying to remember here. Big Small Worlds. Yeah, let's go there. Big Small Worlds. Plural. Let's go over there and see. There we are. There it is. Alright, let me look at the pictures here. There's the frame. Saw that. There's the linen being cut up. Sewing. You're sewing. You get the thread there and everything. Okay. Oh, there it is. How'd you glue that on there? What kind? Glue gun? Super glue? What'd you do? I guess any old glue would work. Yeah. Oh, there's the finished. Oh, that looks great, man. Yeah, that's one way to do it. I have some ideas on how I would do that. You went as far as sewing it, though. I don't think I would go that far. No, I would cut the pieces and then glue them. I'd soak it in glue. I'd put it over the frame that way. What's that on the top? But you actually sewed yours, which is kind of cool. Let me make sure I give it a like here. Okay. Super glue. Super glue. Foam board and paint. Prototype is also the final product. Oh, there you go. Guys aren't already, subscribe to Big Small Worlds. He does fantastic narrative battles in the Warhammer universe. He's an inspiration to many folks who emulate his style of video. It's worth checking out. It's fantastic. That's what he's working on right now. Let me Get something off of the screen here because it's not Friday. Very good. I found out that paper glue stick worked well on the door folds and didn't bleed through. Super glue was on the wooden frame. Gotcha. Sewed it on. Glue would bleed through and stain. I like how these riders have turned out. I washed them with Nuln Oil and should be highlighting to brighten them up. Going to do extra highlighting. So the way you did that is kind of the way I'm going to do my flags. And that's a tricky procedure, but it's actually quite easy. You got to soak it in watered down white glue. And after you draw on the designs of the flag, you wrap it up, you crinkle it up, and then you soak it. You just soak it while it's crinkled up on a little flagpole in watered down white glue. And then you take it out after a few hours and you let it dry. And then you take off the rubber band. When you crinkle it up, you got to wrap it with a rubber band or something to kind of hold it in place. And there you go. There's your flag. You can still kind of pull it out. So I imagine that's what I'd be thinking I would do with a tent. Pretty easy to do, actually. Of course, I don't think I'd be sewing. Looks fantasticals. Not much in there. Let's paint some red shoulders. There's a little wax seal on the purity seals, and some of these guys have purity seals over top of or very adjacent to the Deathwing symbol on their right shoulder, which is an issue because you want those things to stand out. You don't want them to blend together, which is what they're doing right now. I'm using the same shade of paint here. So what I'm going to have to do is go over to the purity seal, and we'll have to brighten that up somehow with a little highlight. Make it almost orange even. Kind of make it stand out from this symbol on their shoulder pad, which right now is the same exact color. Simple, right? Gotta do something. Just don't look right. And we'll give this a nice strong tone wash, I think, once it's all dry. So everything will kind of have some shading and separation. Actually, then I'll highlight it. Again, and this is speed paint. You normally don't have to do this, but in this case I do because of the colors I'm using. Gotta have the colors separated. Or things tend to blend. Alright, let's get that off the screen. Ka-ding. There's another one. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm trying to steer away from this red as much as I can. But red is what we're going with here. Forward, brothers. So I am considering Warhammer 8th, or not 8. I'm considering Warhammer Old World. For my fantasy stuff. So I'm going to be looking at that. Because I can 3D print stuff, it's just the rules that I'm concerned with. I've got a lot of options, including old school stuff. But I need something to be like the base 9 for my basing and my general gameplay. And I gotta look at that. I know there's other games I'm interested in too, but I need something solid. So I might be doing that. I might be, Paul. I might be. Because I am a Warhammer fan. I'm sorry. I am a Warhammer fan. I know. There's a lot of great games. I know. Come on. I'm a freaking Warhammer fan. I've always been a Warhammer fan. Say what you want. You can't change that. Hi, Squirrel. Squirrel Hermitage. Got the squirrelage. I am a Warhammer fan. It's in my DNA, I think. Hold on here. Let me get this last one here. this the last one? No, second to last. What in the world are you doing? As a rule, Warhammer rules rule. Warhammer rules rule. Hello, Mr. Hermit. Sealing my war priests. I saw them. I saw those little guys you're working on. Ah, you got them done. I call squirrels squidlies. When with my squidlies. And with my family. So, Squidly Hermit. Okay, there you go. Squidly it is. Squidly it is. How you been, squirrel? It's 79. And mostly sunny. Here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. East Coast of the United States of America. I think I last streamed about a week ago. The past 2 nights I've been battling with raccoons. Invading my property. Oh, they're vicious, man. Vicious. One chased me. Which kind of concerned me because, you know, rabies and stuff. But, yeah, one got vicious and turned on me and started chasing after me. In the middle of the night. Here I am. I wasn't in my bare feet. I usually am, but I wasn't that time. Here I am with my flashlight. Trying to chase him out of here. I think it was the mama. Because she has like 4 babies. And she was up on the porch. Not my porch here, but the porch in the other house, which is not far from me. Because they're fighting. They're loud all night long. Somehow they're getting up into the house attic on the other house. No, actually, I know how they're getting in there. So I'm out there trying to chase them out of there. Trying to annoy them so they won't be around no more. Chased them off last night. The mother chased me. So yeah. But they didn't come back that night. Last night. And I'm hoping they won't come back again tonight. I know where they are right now. They're out in the backwoods. Because I can hear them chattering. And if they start coming up again, I'm back out there with sticks and rocks. I'll chase them off. Anyway, it's my adventures every night. Getting in my attic. 7 p.m. there. This is Big Small, 12 midnight here. It's not fair that you Americans get to live 7 hours longer than us Brits. It seems that way, doesn't it? It does seem that way. As we all know, those hours add up. They add up. I think we're centuries ahead at this stage. It's not good, Paul. It's not good. There's some catching up. I think Paul's up for the challenge. So yeah, I haven't done any painting all week. Mainly because I need to do some 3D printing and get some new figures on the table. Got some Necrons. Found a perfect Necron proxy for a Doomstalker. You guys probably don't know what that is, but it's a pretty big model. And I got a perfect proxy for it. I'm going to get that. Some other Necrons. A few little warriors. I need a couple warriors. And I found the models that I'm going to use for my Blade Guard veterans. Found perfect models for them. So I wanted to spend $51 for 3 figures. I'm going to buy an STL and have basically 3 figures that I can have as many of as I want. I think for like, I don't know, what was it, $6, $12 maybe? STL. And I'm still looking for an STL file for one of the Golden Boys. For Jesse, he needs one guy. Which he probably has the parts for. He could probably rebuild one of his models. Instead of a glaive, he could give it a shield and a sword. That's what it needs. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. Hi, Zadarak. Zadarak. Zaddy. Rock. It is a fiery 87 degrees out Ohio way, borderline, PA. Yeah, 87 degrees. Hotter than it is here. Right now it's 79. Somewhat comfortable. I got a sweatshirt on, I could feel the heat. Not too bad. Got a little fan in the background, you could probably hear it. It's pulling in that nice air into the room. Right from the window. Riders not glued, everybody. Paul's letting us know riders aren't glued. All he needs to do, however, is paint some white markings on their horses. That's it. I think they're called socks and blazes, but I may be wrong. You're correct. Then spray varnish on a nice dry day. One of my colts was named Blaze. Progress. Can't beat it, Paul. Can't beat it. Feels good. Right, Squirrel? You know all about that. I like that red. It's actually looking pretty good on the Deathwing symbol. It's a broken sword with wings. That's the insignia of the Deathwing, the first company of the chapter of the Dark Angels. The veteran company, you could say. I could be wrong, but these are firstborn, that I know. But they're gradually being replaced by Primaris in the form of Blade Guard veterans. The Blade Guard are also members of the Deathwing, so their armor's white. And they would have the Deathwing symbol, of course, as well. But they're not in Terminator armor. Terminator armor is exclusive, I believe, to Firstborn. I believe. Which is unfortunate, because I like the Terminators. Players are still using these guys in their armies, because they are kick-ass, even though they're not Primaris. Oh, they're not robots. They're men things in power armor. There you go. No, these aren't robots. There's enhanced human warriors in these veterans. To be elevated to a first company member and given the honor of wearing Terminator armor is a big deal. It's a big deal. This is the most ancient of armor in the Space Marine factions. Some of the most ancient armor. And it's called Terminator armor. It's big, it's heavy. These guys were featured in the game Space Hulk. If you ever played that or remember Space Hulk, great board game. It's iconic as it features Terminators against Gene Stealers. That's what these guys are. Pistoleros will boldly charge them. Yes, they will. Yes, they will indeed. Have you had a chance to look at Warhammer the Old World yet, Paul? Or I believe you said that was something you were going to look into next year, I believe. There's a possibility as you move on, possibly from 8th edition Warhammer. I might do likewise. I might give the Old World a chance. Let's get this guy's symbol here. Yeah, but would it stop a small half-ounce lead bullet from a black pounder muzzle-loading pistol? Surely not. Not likely. I'll paint their guns today, too. Not keen on the idea of rebasing my armies. Well, would you really have to? I mean, you're really after the rules. You don't have to rebase anything. The game will work just the same. Now, I think I might go to the new basing scheme if I like the rules and decide I'm going to play it a lot. I might go to the basing scheme because, to be honest, the 20mm base is always too small. It just always seemed to be too small. You got to be fiddly with the models and position them right. 1 inch always seemed, hey, that would be good if they were all 1 inch like Chaos Warriors. But that wasn't a thing until the Old World came along, and now everything's 1 inch minimum, I guess. Even goblins and stuff. Now that's questionable, but I know there's more rules out there besides Warhammer Old World that are adapting bigger bases like that as well. So, for example, what is it called? Oathmark, which is a pretty popular game by Osprey. The basing system on that is 1 inch. All the infantry are 1 inch squares. Except cavalry, which had the depth of 2 inches, I guess. which, you know, is kind of feels big. I don't know, man. But I don't know. I think it makes sense to have the bigger bases. So I'll look at it myself, and I might go to it. I have to see if I'm going to like the rules. I probably will. But if that's the case, all right, there we go. We'll play that, and that'll be the cornerstone of my fantasy gaming, and anything else is whatever. You know, typical wargamer strategy, right? We all do that. How you doing, Corey? Yeah, well, if Terminator armor can't protect against Gene Stealer claws, what does it block? Well, Gene Stealer claws are nasty, man. They'll cut through almost anything. Nasty. Nasty. I made chicken pasta salad, says Zadarak. Pull up the plates, you guys. Get your forks, Corey. Squirrel. And a couple loaves of bread. Ah, fresh bread smothered in butter. Oh, I bet it smelled good when you were baking those. Yeah, I bet. Posted finished pics with the paints utilized. Okay, I'm going to go check that out. Let's do that. Everybody gird your loins. Protect, protect. We're going to check out some absolutely fantasticals. Painted miniatures here, if I could find the Discord share screen. Let's go on over there and see what's cooking. Besides bread and chicken pasta. Let's check it out, you guys. Go over there and check it out on Discord and give it a like. Now, these are 15 mil, of course. Alright, there's a guy right there. Camera's focused in on the base, for sure. Try another one here. Hey, he's got a little spear tip at the end of his cross. Now, did you have to convert those, or were they actually crosses with spear tips? I imagine they were crosses. A blondie there. For some reason, your camera loves to focus on that base. Ah, some outdoors pictures. Pure light there. This guy's ready to clobber somebody. In the name of God! I like it. Reminds me of the Crusades and the Battle of Hattin. A glorious battle it was. Is that a metal hat, or is that one of those little felt thingy-majiggy cloth hats? Can't tell. Looks good, Squirrel. That looks fantastic. Great work. Ready for the battlefield. Oh, what's this? War paint light tone. Vallejo primers. There's that. The evil black paint. See it over here on the left? Look at that. Look at that. It's evil. It's evil. I'm telling you. Suck you right in. Risky business. Risky business. There's a cat in the background there. I'm going to wager that's... What's his name? Pip? Who is that? What cat is that? Uniform gray. Oh, ancient honey. That's an interesting speed paint color. Ancient honey. Ochre clay. Another interesting one. Burnt moss. Ah, burnt moss. I'm going to grab me some of that. Yep, that's what color I imagine it to be. It's perfect. Peachy flesh. Ho ho. Fire drake. Polished silver. Brownish decay. Wow. Bony matter. I like that. Boy, they've got a lot of different colors. Wowzers. Alright, so there we go. What does that say on there? Something 3D print. FX. Illusion FX? Illusionary FX? Something. Illusion something. Anyway. There you go. Yeah, big small. Let's see what he's working on. Oh, look at these guys. Wow. Can see some thumbprints on the bases down here. Pressure applied. That's what that is. Oh, they look great, man. 28 mil, 28 mil. What are these, Outriders? Imperial Outriders of the Empire? Something like that. Good job. They look great, man. Yeah, they need some socks scattered in there. Give the horses a little color. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, so there you go, folks. People getting things done. Wolfgang Messerschmitt. Look, take a quick look at these guys. He's been showing them off on Facebook for War Master. Bretonians. They're really nice. Really nice stuff, man. There's something interesting Squirrel put together recently. He's using these little banners as game tokens in the game to indicate various morale states or other game mechanic oriented things. Pretty smart. Instead of using boring counters, you got something like this. Check it out. Looks good. Quite creative. Show these off. Some walls. Watling. Very good, you guys. Sehr gut. Good gemacht. Oh, my back. Mino. Mino? Mino. Mino. I'll say it's Mino. I added the cross and spear tip. Okay. I thought so. I thought it might have been something you got creative with. It worked. I used the black on the cloaks, did you? Ah, that evil blackness. It's funny I didn't spot it. I'll have to look again. Ancient honey is the hair. Fire Drake is the wood of the weapons. I'm going to definitely look. Let me take another gander. Huh. The wood of the weapons. You mean the cross thing? I guess so. Boy, that works good. Do I have that? I don't think I do. That's good for wood colors. Huh. That's good to know. Bony matter is the shirts. Okay, like a linen. A dirty linen. Pistoliers made from Wargames Atlantic Conquistadores. Conquistadors with pistols from another set. And they work perfect. I think the hats are cloth. Are they like for Tali dudes? Is that why? They're kind of Italian themed. That would work. Those guys. I think the hats are cloth. I painted them silver, turning them into some style of helmet. Okay. I thought so. They look pretty big. Mino. Mino. As opposed to Mino. Mino. It's me, Mino. Mino. That's a good name. So everybody's just making fantastic progress here. I thought Squirrel would have been finished with this project. You never really finished with any project. Come on, let's be honest. Are we really? No. There's always something to add. This is actually, I think, Squirrel's really his first wargaming project. Up until this point, I think it's been pretty much just odds, ends, dioramas, and RPG focused projects. And this is his first solid wargame project. And he crushed it. He crushed it. Took him a few months, but he crushed it. Actually, a few months. That's fast. I'm hoping we'll see more wargaming coming from the squirrelage. So as you guys know, it's probably my number one passion in my hobby is wargaming. Yep, wrong brush. This is my micro brush. I found some miniatures that I already had. They work well for war priests, so I painted them up. Yeah, little conversion. They look great, man. That turned out fantastic. That's called being creative. I think after I'm done with this portion of my 40K project, I'm gonna get to my Flames of War project again. I think that's next. I have all those infantry I want to get done. I think it's a platoon, a German Panzergrenadier. And a platoon. No, it's not a platoon. Is it a platoon? Actually, I think it's 2 platoons of German Panzergrenadier and a platoon of airborne U.S. 82nd All Americans. And I want to see if I could... I don't know if I'm going to use speed paints on them. I want to see if I can, but I don't have the proper colors for that. I don't feel like messing around with... Well, you know what? I could actually make speed paints from my paints. I think that's what I'm going to try. Get some of that speed paint medium. And I think what I'll also do, because I know some of you guys have your own style about doing things that's different than me, and I like to try new things. I think I'm going to try... They're already primed black, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to dry brush them gray. I'm going to leave the black. I'm going to dry brush them gray. I'm not going to use white. I'm going to go with gray. And I'm going to see how that works with the speed paint. Again, I got to get some of that speed paint medium. So that's going to be another experiment. I'm going to be trying something different. Talking with Squirrel about that. He's a big proponent of priming things with gray. And it made a lot of sense to me when it comes to using speed paints to use gray. He kind of convinced me of something. Because speed paint really does not go over black. So why do you want black in the recesses? You're kind of defeating the purpose of speed paint. Because it tends to darken it in the recesses on its own. But if it's already black, it's going to be black. So you're missing out. So I figure if I primed in gray, I mean all gray, ideally, you'd be taking advantage of the properties of speed paint in terms of the shading it provides. So it makes a whole lot of sense to use a lighter color, or all white, or gray. Of course, there's the folks out there that do this so-called slap chop, and basically that's, I guess, what I'm kind of doing. That's where you prime in black and just dry brush things in white and then speed paint it. It works. It works. But again, why use black? So, I mean, for speed paint specifically. Got a fly in here again. Bastard. I'd like to know how they're getting in here. I found some minutes already had the head. I got to go. Big or small. Take care, Paul. You have a good sleep, my friend. Be sure, be pure, be vigilant, behave. There you go. Try white. I've tried white. That I've done. I've tried an elf. He was primed in white only. And he came out great. But I still prefer the black. The gray is the one I'm thinking would be most useful. Sky raisin. That sounds like a good color. That's the newest speed paint. Sky raisin. I will paint these weapons. And I've been using Gravelord Grey quite effectively for all the weapons of these guys. Some are a little brighter than others, because of the highlights. I like them to be very dark, so yeah, I'm going to try it again. Their weapons are going to be black as well. Summertime. Do, 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 do. You know what? We're going to use a bigger brush still. Got a lot of coverage. Yeah, that turned out quite effective. Effective. I like it. That should be silver. Alright. That was one coat. That should be enough. If I want it blacker, I'll just give it another coat. What is that? I don't really need these guys in my army at the moment. Not really using them. But once we start playing match to play, I guess, yeah, I'm going to be using them quite a bit. So we got to get them a little bit further forward here in terms of painting. Yeah, folks, I'm loving these spade paints. I'm always thinking of ways I could use them. Besides the obvious. Very enjoyable way of painting your miniatures. Awesome. How you doing, Percy? Haven't seen you in a while, man. What's going on here? Percy. Sitting around enjoying the weather here. Decided, you know what, it's time to do a stream. I haven't done one in a while. I'm missing you guys. Who wants to be sitting in front of a computer when it's this beautiful? Wow. Summer solstice is upon us. The 23rd is the most commonly celebrated, but it typically lasts through the 25th, I think. 21st through 25th. Time to get your bonfires going. Don't forget to jump the flames. It's a good time. It's a good time. I'm in the process of building my new fire pit, I guess. We'll have some awesome streams down there live from the fire pit. Nature's holidays. That's what I celebrate. Life's been busy, says Percy. There you go. Busy indeed. Fire pit, pig on a spit. I'll probably have that built properly. What is it? It's June now. Late June, so sometime next month. Next month I should have the roof fixed. Fire pit built. Did a lot of landscaping. Never got to the garden though, sadly. I'm kind of torn. Where am I going to put it now? Because the best time to hit that field is in the spring, early spring, before the weeds start growing and greening up. So now I've got to rethink that. Where am I going to put that? I want it down by the barn and everything, but I've got so much to take into account with that right now. I got to clear out the road. Might get to that this year. Oh, and the water. I should have the... Oh, boy, man, if you ever had the struggle without having a water pump, oh my God. I've never had to deal with that. This is the first. I've dealt with a lot of things, but I've never been without a water pump. Water, essentially. Running fresh water. So this has been interesting. Very interesting. The past, what was it, 3 months? It was more than that. I think that blew up in January or something. So it's been like, what, 6 months? Holy smokes, I didn't realize. Use your imaginations. Oh. But that should be fixed in July or August. It's a one-day deal. It could be done in 1 day. So hopefully July, maybe August at the latest. That'll be fixed. I got some work to do on the plumbing. That'll be easy. Got to replace some pipes with PEX. That'll be easy. I'm just waiting for the water to get back on. I got to fix my kitchen sink. I got to put in plumbing in the other bathroom in here. Get that all squared away with new pipes and PEX. That'll be in August. July and August as well. Yeah. Skrill said, plan the garden out for next year. It's definitely doable because my nephew's moving in. He's got the freaking Skag, which needs new tires. The 2 back ones are air tires. They got to be replaced. He says they've been flat for the past couple of years and he hasn't been able to use it. And if that's the case, I told them all I need is a freaking commercial grade weed whacker, which we have. I'll go down there and I'll take that field out myself. No time at all. One shot. One day. And rake it out. Be like thatching a lawn, for crying out loud. But, yeah, and that's where I'm going to till it. And he's all in on that too, so it's kind of made me step back and rethink some things. I can approach it differently this time because, you know, I'll have access to stuff. That's really why I didn't do anything yet. Piglets. He's double dipping. You're on the TV and Dungeon Minister is on his phone. I will be in his voice. I will be his voice. What happened here? He is double dipping. You are on the TV and Dungeon Minister is on his phone. Oh, Dungeon Minister is on? That's one way to do it. Where is he? Where's his stream? Let me go to live. I gotta go to my subscriptions, I guess. There he is. He's live. You got somebody in there with him. Does he stream on Saturdays? I'll go over there and see what he's doing. Say hello. A wonderful weekend. There's the squirrel. He is over there. Double dipping. He's got the guitars there. He's got the guitars. That's the squirrels. Or Dungeon Ministers streaming. Again, does he stream on Saturdays regular? If he does, I never noticed. Now you get back to my stream here. He finally does lives. He's doing it in book. Oh. That's alright. That's fine with me. You guys can watch him if you want. I'm just blibber blabbering and painting my shoulder pads here. Nothing crazy. We will send seeds and visit periodically to help so we can have fresh veggies. That would be great, Sadie. That would be fantastic. You'll see me down there hiding behind the corn. Peering out from behind with a big basket load. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a planage. Spontaneously does lives. Thunder strikes. I think I was doing this guy. I didn't finish him. Taking a little break here. And I'll get back to this Gravelord Grey. Boy, it'll be good getting... so many things will be good. It'll be good to get that roof fixed. That's been an issue since I moved in here. About a year. Oh, man, it's driving me crazy. And I'm literally, the only reason I'm waiting now is just so Jesse, he's got his truck. He's got a freaking $70,000 truck, which is crazy. I don't know why he spent that much. But anyway, he's got a nice truck, and waiting for him so he could just pick up my stuff at Home Depot and in one shot. So I'm just waiting for that. That'll be next month when he moves in. So that's when I'm going to start doing stuff. Boy, that's going to be glorious. He's talking at the TV at you. Oh, this crazy technology, I'm telling you. We're coming into peak watermelon season now here in Florida. I got some seeds. I think James sent them to me. I finally cracked open the seal. And it's a whole bunch of packs of seeds. I didn't realize there were separate little packages in there. And all kinds of goodies, all kinds of vegetables. Oh, and corn too. All kinds of stuff in there. So I sealed it back up. Hopefully it's still good. I think he sent it to me a couple of years ago. Fingers crossed. But anyway, I got a bunch of those seeds. I'm just going to throw them in there. The seeds aren't that expensive. Yeah. I got to contend with deer. That's probably the biggest challenge. And woodchucks. I discovered this year I've got a family of woodchucks to contend with. But I think I got the fencing for that. I could get the fencing. Like I said, Jesse's moving in and make things a lot easier for me to get stuff. So, yeah, we'll make sure we have a nice solid fence around it. Deer-proof it. And it should be good. It should be good. It should be good, Zaddy. I'm going to start canning stuff. Oh, man. I'm going to be in my freaking element. This time next year is going to be amazing. Next year, this is the beginning. All right? This is the beginning. Next year is when things start to blossom. And it only gets better after that. I'm looking forward to it. How you doing, Clyde? I didn't send you a message, did I? Totally forgot to send you a message. Clyde doesn't get alerts. Today I'm painting the... As you can see, you know what it is. It's the symbol. Red shoulder pads. It's blood red. I like it. It's dark. Speed paint. Now I'm doing the weapons. Do the weapons here. Barbecue woodchuck. Blah. That's okay. Watching this Cambrian guy talk about Welsh history. Everybody's multitasking today. Let me see if I could put the stream up on the corner here. Let me see. Do I have it open? Where's the stream over there? Mail call. Mail call. Do. Got another stream going on there. We got the Dungeon Minister. I'll put him in the corner there so I could monitor his activities over there. Got to support him too. He's a member of the community. Got to do that. I don't know what he's talking about. I got him muted. But I'm watching. I'm watching. Don't cross the streams. I don't think anyone gets notifications. What are they? I certainly don't. I turn off my notifications on my phone anyway. And I certainly don't have them popping up on my computer. I've always got YouTube open, so... I wonder if it has something to do with my settings. I'll have to look. I know it doesn't make sense. It should be like by default. Who would turn that off? Fritz is on stealth mode. I do secret streams. Zaddy and Squirrel are also members too. And they're not getting it. So I don't know. Do you get any kind of alerts, Zaddy, from anyone else? Like Dungeon Minister, he's on right now. Did you get an alert for that? I'm assuming no. I never get alerts. But like I said, I keep mine off. Because I've always got YouTube open anyway, so what's the point? Oh, jeez. I should hold this up like this, let gravity work its magic. What's this here? It looks like something special there. flip table. Squirrel gets notifications. I'm doing pretty good myself. Been battling with raccoons past few nights. Been enjoying the weather immensely. Just absolutely blissful weather, man. Unbelievable. I mean, is it just me? But I really dig it, man. Past couple nights in particular have been extremely beautiful. Sunrise and the sunset, the afternoon hasn't been too hot, just perfect weather. Today got kind of hot though. Perfect breeze. Sunsets are beautiful. Just unbelievably good. Maybe it's just me. They're vicious. The one chased after me, which concerned me because of rabies. It's like 2 in the morning and I'm out here chasing off raccoons, whole family of them. Boy, she come roaring out of the brush at me because I was coming at him. Getting loud, and here I am with just my flashlight. And all of a sudden it starts growling. You ever hear raccoons growl, man? They sound vicious. She come tearing out of the weeds. Right on my one porch here. I didn't see her there. She was growling at me, chasing me. Because she got babies not far away. She's leading the way to get up into the attic. That's what it is. But I run her off. And pretty soon they all made their way back into the woods. Something tells me I'll have to do that again tonight. Man, talk about aggressive. All good here. Start working next week. Locals. Doing the locals. I hope you get more local work. That'd be good for you, man. That way you could stay home and still have a life. Summer is Belgian wheat ale season. Ah, seasonal drinker, are you? You like the seasonals, do you? You need a coonskin hat. That might do the trick, Clyde. That'll deter them. Or make them more aggressive. One or the other. Trash pandas are delish. Trash pandas. Ugh. Sweet taters. Vidalia onions. Chef's kiss. I got some of those onions myself this week. Bought some of them. I like to change up my onions. Usually I get red onions, which don't have a lot of heat to them. I was muted. I was reading the chat. Thanksgiving coon, Southern tradition. Good catch, squirrel. Good catch. Good catch. Because I did not see that. What's old dungeon minister talking about now? I see him up there. What's he up to? He looks all excited about something. What's he got going on there? What's he up to? Clericon. You know, caught up listening to his stream. I got a stream going on here. Whoops. Let's get back to this. Calvin Coolidge received a raccoon for Thanksgiving. Did he? Oh, Coolidge himself, huh? He's with Paints Minis Live. Live. Yeah, I just listened a little bit. Getting all caught up into what he's saying there. And I realized I got a stream. I got a stream here. I am watching somebody else's stream. What's going on here? Alright, so their eyeballs are now painted red in there. Just make it out. So they're good enough for now. I think they're pretty much at a stage where I could seal them. I mean, just temporarily to give them a little bit of protection because I am playing games with them. They're not done though. I got to put decals on them. Maybe do a little once over highlight over the green armor. I could do that anytime really. But I want to do that highlighting before I put the decals on. But I might give them a little, just a little one shot of sealer just to protect them in the interim, you know, because I don't want them to get damaged while I'm sitting here playing with them. A little bit at a time. These guys got their guns. I got to do the purity seals. And then the chest emblem, which is, I'm not sure what that's going to be. I might actually paint it a golden type of color. Antique gold or something. Bright yellow for eyes. Yeah, you could go with bright yellow. I like the red. I think these guys actually have red in their eye sockets. I don't know what that is. Almost looks yellow. Yeah. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I actually have this guy. He's all painted up too. He's my firstborn chaplain. Excuse me. I could actually capture the sound, but I'm not going to do that. Let me... How you doing, Matt? Let me get that off the screen, because I want to go to a different page here. Custodies, sisters, vets, full models. I got 2 pages of vets. Let me see. Which one is this? Alright. Alright, I see. That's not the one I want to show you guys. This one. Full models. So, these are the proxies I'm going to be using. They're perfect. So these are the proxies I'm going to be printing. These exact 3 models. I could buy this STL as parts as well. I might buy this one because it's just the models exactly as they're shown. There's no they're not in parts. I don't have to put anything together, which means there's no variety. But this is good enough. I only need 3 of them, and this is exactly how they're equipped. This guy should have a shield on his back. That's interesting. Alright, these guys don't have the shield. He does. Maybe I will buy the parts. Let me see. Let me go to the other ones. So this is what it looks like if I buy them this way. You get all these parts. They're all cast, or they're printed separately. And there's all these shields. So I might actually get this instead. I'll have to put them together, but that would allow me to put the shields on all 3 guys, because I want all 3 guys with their shields, even if it's on their back. And they look pretty good. They're a good proxy for MK7 armor. I don't know what it is. Primaris. And yeah, it's 15 bucks. So geez, maybe I will buy them this way. I could get some variants here with them. Pretty nice. Let me show you Jake's. I'm getting this for him. This is his Doomstalker. This is a proxy model, and it looks just like the Necron Doomstalker. This, of course, is a proxy. It's called the Doom Space Necro Robot Ancient Immortal Skeleton Terminator Warrior. The Gore Stalker for $18. It's a big model. That's pretty much what they look like. Got this big ass nasty gun on the back. So I'm gonna get this for him. I'll put it together and he's gonna paint it for his Necrons because he needs a Doomstalker. Yeah, that's what they look like, essentially. Better than paying $60 for it. The Gore Stalker. How you doing, Matt? How you been? Yeah, those 3 guys I need for my little combat patrol. I don't need these guys, but I'm painting them anyway. And that's all I need, just those 3, and I'm good to go. Jake needs that big Doomstalker, and he needs like 4 more warriors that I'm gonna 3D print as well. I'm not buying them from GW. There's no need to. Happy summer solstice. I'll be celebrating that all the way up to the 25th. Little solstice action. Might get the bonfire. I hope to. Next year for sure. Actually, winter solstice. For sure, I'll have that up again. I always do a bonfire and Yule. GW love growing cold. GW love growing cold. I'm not a fan of GW. I never was. But I love 40K. That's different. There's workarounds. There's workarounds. There's just one model I'm still searching for, and it's a model for one of the Custodes Guardians. I need a guy that's equipped with shield and sword. One of the golden boys. He's got the parts. He could actually actually rebuild one of the models he has. He could do that, and he doesn't have to worry about a 3D print. I'll ask him if he wants to do that, because I'm sure he's got a spare shield and a sword arm. He uses super glue for his models. That means he could snap them off and just replace them. Yeah, he'd do something like that. Little by little. These assault cannons are nasty. Ooh. Mini chain gun. That's what that is. Yeah, I don't fall into the GW trap. Getting sucked into their schemes. Their money making. Don't have to. I could just 3D print stuff. I think a lot of people do that, you know? And still enjoy the game. And the lore and everything. Boy, those guys are pretty detailed. Someone loves D&D. Don't mean that they like Wizards of the Coast or TSR during the decline. Yep, same freaking thing with that. I love 5th edition. I really do. I don't know. I wouldn't say I love it, but it's actually one of my favorite systems. But I despise Wizards of the Coast. And you know why, Squirrel. You know all about it. But I certainly don't like the idea of sending them my money. But anyway, when 5e came out, back in, what was it, 2012, 2013, I got into it right around then. And I loved it. I had such a great time. The system is so simple and focuses on a free-form style of play, which is ideal for me. I love free-form style of play. And that's why I'm playing Tales of the Valiant, which is essentially 5e. Only it's a different freaking company. And they do pretty good. They're definitely not as apparent in their rulebooks when it comes to agendas and things. But yeah, I'm all good with that, so. CRT Matt says Mantic all the way. So he's not falling for the GW stuff. That's for sure. Morty in Glory, if you watch his stream, he had a great take on Games Workshop that I'm in all agreement with. And that's the idea that they intentionally break their game in anticipation of a new edition. And it's all part of a ploy. It's mental games. That's all it is. And I totally agree with it. They do. They intentionally break their game in the last year of its life to get people bitching and moaning, and then promote the new edition that fixes everything, and that gets people hyped, and they buy into that, and they intentionally do this. How sad is that? I mean, seriously, how sad is that? Then, like Matt says, he's all about Mantic. Mantic is still rooted in its roots of gaming. The people there are gamers. They're not a publicly owned and traded company type of thing, you know? Or Wizards of the Coast that's owned by Hasbro. What are you doing, Cooper? What's going on, man? Ah! Stepped on my foot. Yes, I'm barefoot. He just crushed it. Ah, Mantic all the way. D&D, GW has openly stated they make all their money within the first 6 to 8 months of launch. Yeah, so they're not going to stop doing that if it's working. It really is the people. It's the customers, the fans, whatever you want to call them. These people just, they're willing to frickin' fall for this stuff. Granted, a lot of them are new to the hobby, because that's GW's focus. It's bringing in new people. Every edition is focused on bringing on new people. That's the goal. They don't care about the current players. They're always after a new audience with every edition. So they're not worried about losing customers. They're always bringing in the new ones. And it's just shameful, to be honest with you. And that's why I don't give them my money. Maybe occasionally, but, you know, I'm not suckered into... I'm going to get into 40K, and I'm paying $50 to $60 for 5 to 10 models. It's literally thousands of dollars. If I wanted to have multiple armies and build them up nice and stuff, that's so much money. And of course, you got to play on their terrain. If you look in their rule books, they'll tell you right in the rule books that you're supposed to use GW terrain for your battlefield, because only GW terrain conforms to the rules mechanics. And if you look in the rules, it's like every piece of terrain has like its own little data card and equates to terrain you can buy from them. And all the stats for that specific terrain piece are right there in the rule book. It's like, wow. They didn't even want you making your own terrain, really. Now, veterans in the hobby know better, right? Anyone that's been in wargaming in general knows that you make your own stuff and there's multiple companies and it's all a good thing. But in that GW bubble, they don't want you knowing there's other stuff or other ways of doing things. They just want you to buy it. So I don't buy into that system of thinking. But I love 40K. Especially the older editions, but still. I have incredible fun. And I love the lore. And thankfully I could 3D print stuff. So that makes it all possible. I'm not subjected to that nonsense. Anyway. What are we talking here? Hackmaster. Palladium. Harn. Hackmaster. Palladium. Cornerstones. Want some company for a bit? I'm not going to stay on long, Matt. Chivalry and Sorcery, first edition. Marshare 22. How you doing, my friend? I'm actually really tired. I got up really early today after having only like 4 hours of sleep, which kills me. I don't know why I got up so early. So I'm thinking I'm going to go to bed early tonight. No dinner. Whether or not you like the game or rules, solid as a stone. Chivalrians, what are we talking here? Palladium Harn Master. Harn. Solid as a stone. Chivalry and Sorcery, first edition. That's what's the name of that company that published that? Chivalry and Sorcery. That's fantasy something. I can't think of the company. Boy, Chivalry and Sorcery. Yeah, that's going back. Yeah, I think I'm done with these guys. Did the weapons. Did the shoulder blade, or the shoulder thingy-majiggy. Hold on a second, I gotta check something. Gotta keep my eye on the raccoons. Company-wise, political shite. Fantasy Games Unlimited, that's who it is. My share 22. Makers of some fine RPGs back in the day. Flashing Blades, Privateers and Gentlemen, Chivalry and Sorcery, of course. As well as some good miniatures rules like Byreme and Galley, which was for their Chivalry and Sorcery, but a lot of people used it for ancient and medieval naval wargaming. Yeah, some good stuff, man. I think you can still get their stuff. Their website is somewhere. Look it up. Do a Google search. The infamous 8-point font text. Mm-hmm. Wow. Can't believe it's 8:30 already. Holy smokes. Coop's ready to go outside. Anyway, what did I do? 2.5 hours today. Got a little bit done on the Terminators. Painted some eyes on my Primaris. Can't think of the name, but yeah. Is he still streaming? Let me see. Yeah, he's still streaming away. Dungeon Minister is still... Nope, it looks like he's ending the stream. Well, I think he's already off. I'm watching the beginning. Yeah, he's done streaming. Alright, you can check him out. Dungeon Minister. His stream's over. Yeah, I'm going to call it here. We'll see. I'll try and be on tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Sunday? I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I have anything else to do, so I might do some painting. If I can find some stuff to paint, I'll definitely be on. So watch your feed, folks, because that's how I do things here. Just as spontaneous as a forest fire. Watch out, folks. Watch out. I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks, Matt. Marcher, 22. Clyde, lurking as always in the background. I hope you guys are ready to do some painting this week, because we are going to do some painting. Clyde, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Clyde. You know, you've been chomping at the bit. Those brushes are calling to you. It's time, Clyde. It's time. Matt is not live tomorrow. Why not, Matt? What's going on? What's going on? No live tomorrow? I was thinking it might be time to pop in and see old Matt tomorrow. He tells me he's not going to be live. What's going on here? Clyde, I know you're battling to find some time. Is what you're doing. You've got the infants running around. That's a whole different ball game, right? Yeah, you're not alone in that. Not me, but a few other folks I know, like Ryan. He's in the same kind of boat. But thanks, Squirrel and Zadarok, for being in there tonight. Appreciate catching up with you, seeing what's going on. And Trying to verify if Matt is going to be live tomorrow. He says he's not. I'm not live tomorrow. Okay. All right, so we'll get into that next time, I guess. So, folks, you guys keep cool. Enjoy the evening. It is beautiful. It's blissful out there. Have an enjoyable evening and weekend, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care, Clyde. Take care, everybody. Matt, Squirrel, everyone. Marsh Hare. As soon as I start naming names, I feel bad if I don't mention everybody. But Percy, can't forget Percy. He made a special pop-in for us tonight. Yeah, thank you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Folks, hang in there, and you know why? It's only going to get better. Talk to you soon. Toodaloos.